Good morning, my garden and YouTube friends. I just wanted to take you on just a little bit of a November tour here in Florida. For those of you who think that we are all palm trees and the beach and sand and sun and you can get a sunburn 365 days a year, well, that might be true, but we do have seasonal changes, and I just wanted to show you a few. And if you notice this tree, this is a red maple tree, and it's been in the ground for about a year and a half here. And when I got it, it was just a little stick about here, so it's probably tripled in size and these leaves. But you can see that I'm actually getting some color on here. Let me just pull it down, and I hope you can see it. But you can see almost the back side of the leaf is what changes, and those veins turn red. And last year I had just a few leaves on the whole thing. It's really grown quite a bit, but I don't know what will happen with it this year. And the other, I would guess that it will lose most of it. The tree that's most deciduous here for us are Crape Myrtle, and this was just a volunteer. I have one in the front yard, and it sent a little sucker kind of out of the bottom of it, and it actually, the root came down, and then it started growing about 3 feet from the parent tree. So I cut that off and nurtured it. But this is very typical of Crape Myrtle, is in the fall they lose their leaves, and after they're done blooming, then they have these buds, the ends that have the little berries on top. And then of course in the spring we trim this all back and let it flush out again. And the one over here is just a different variety. It's not only raspberry blooms. The first one, they're kind of a pinky mauve, but this is very pretty in between the two. And I'm hoping to keep the Crape Myrtle trimmed to maybe 7-8 feet, and then let the red maple grow quite tall and maybe bush out and be the dominant plant here. Now, the other thing that happens for us here in Central Florida is that the Plumeria, which have leaves probably starting about somewhere late March, early April, and then we have the blooms are April and May, June, July, August, September, October, November. You can see I've still got one up there at the top. That's about as far as it stretches. When I lived in Hawaii, there was only like 2 months, 3 months out of the whole year that we didn't have Plumeria showing. But you can see they look pretty scrawny, straggly, not real attractive at this point of the year, but boy, they make up for it whenever they are in bloom. Now, hibiscus blooms all year long here for us, but the leaves do kind of have a tendency to get a little yellow on them towards the fall and into winter. So, and of course the tea plants, they will stay year-round unless we have a tremendous freeze and they get nipped. But other than that, they're pretty good. The what is that? It's a fern, and that likes to be in the shade, and I keep hoping that I can find a shady spot, but my yard is so sunny. A staghorn fern, and somebody gave it to me a few years back, and it was just 1 or 2 little pieces, and you can see it's huge now, just huge, and it hangs on. And the fern, as you see at the bottom, just kind of grows like a wild weed. And pretty much everything else in the yard stays. Let me see if I have anything else there. The poinsettias that I have been just praying that they would make it. I've gotten them over the mealybug. Sorry about the sun. But you can see they are just now starting to turn a little bit of the red that I'm hoping for, and I hope that they can be healthy enough to give me some pretty color this Christmas. That would be just lovely. And I think that's probably about it. As you can see, it's a beautiful day here, middle of November, and it was in the 50s this morning, and now it seems to be warming up and be in the 70s, so that'll be great. So those of you who are suffering through the beginning of winter, when you get tired of it, come on down and come visit. So take care, you all. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.